Good afternoon. Constitution Dock, day 6. Breeze in the river, as you can see, which is bringing some of the latter half of the fleet home. It's been a busy day on various fronts. We heard overnight of the protest result for the IRC overall, and we've got redress for Matt Allen and Ichi Ban, and a penalty of 40 minutes for Celestial Sam Haynes. A tricky one really there, and we're not going to go into that at this moment. We did have a great chat with Michael Spies and asked him most particularly to talk about some of the issues that lie behind that rather than necessarily the details of the process itself, because it raises a whole bunch of issues which inevitably you want to get learnings from as these races go on. So the overnight finishes last night, well, quite a number of them. The beautiful Drumfire came in just after dark, did her route around the Taste of Tasmania. It's fantastic to watch them getting the due applause. Looked magnificent at night when she came in. Stacey Jackson and Adrian Carlin on board that boat. Slightly different Hobarts for those two, which are normally at the front end of the Grand Prix racing, so a little bit more comfortable. Interesting to know how they went there. We also got Solera, the PHS overall winner, Victorian boat. So well done to Stuart Richardson and his team there. Mighty effort and a great looking boat. Fruit Salad came in. Fruit Salad from Queensland, very colourful crew, it must be said. Did incredibly well for the first half of the race. They were well in contention. As so often is the case, you can be in contention at the front and then suddenly things kind of get away from you. In the weather we had, not hardly surprising, there were all sorts of transitions and so on, pretty hard to get through. So we'll give a wrap on all the division winners probably tomorrow. I think the most noteworthy thing about today has been the numbers of two-handers that have come in. So we saw Sidewinder, Rob Goff and John Saul came in yesterday evening. We had a chat with them, and overnight about 3 a.m. this morning it was the chance for Jan Scholten and Jules Hall to really show as inaugural winners overall for IRC in the two-handed division. A fantastic result there. In fact, they've won it not only in IRC but ORCi and PHS. So a pretty impressive all-round win there, and we had a bit of a chat with them. You'll sort of see that one later. In behind them and coming up the river now and looking likely as the follow-ons from that, Wendy Tuck and Campbell Jeeves Speedwell, and Peter Frankie and Drew Jones in third position in IRC. Well done to those guys too. And still a few others coming in. I think we just saw Rum Rebellion coming in just now, and a few of the other followers there. Azuro, which for a while there looked like she might steal the entire show for IRC, ran into the low wind scenario again. That's a bit of a fate for them. They've had their own share of that before, but it really, by late last night, it was pretty clear it wasn't going to be coming good for them. In theory, they were still in chance of the Corinthian position, IRC, but it's possible too that Midnight Rambler might just get that away from them along the way. Crux, Carlos Adis' boat, looking quite good for a second position under ORCi, and Sidewinder in fact taking a second position in PHS as well. So fantastic for all of those guys, and we'll be doing a wrap tomorrow on the whole of the last phase of the race, but in the meantime it's a sign off here from Constitution Dock. Bye.